Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this Facebook Live. This is the voice and the face of Dr. Olabintan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Living Spring Family Medical Center here in the beautiful city of Mansfield, Texas, where we help our patients live long and well because we believe the quality of life is just as important as the quantity of life. I'm here to have conversations with you in line with our hashtag, helping our patients live long and well. And today's topic is from struggle to success, how a health coach can help you and how can help you reach your weight loss goals. For some of you who are wondering why we're talking about this, I have to say there's something about having a coach for each area of your life, and why not your health? And so today I'll be having a conversation with a profound health coach, and her name is Miss Abby Eastman. If you're watching live, please hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. And as always, questions are welcome. We'll be answering them live. Give me a second. Let me welcome our guest. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dr. O. Good. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And I got to say, it's nice to put the name to the face because I know you've worked with some of my clients, so I'm glad to have you here. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right, awesome, awesome. So my first question to you is this: for those who are wondering, who are you and what do you do?
So, like you said, my name's Abby, and I am a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and I have a background in exercise physiology. That's kind of what led me to health and wellness and helping people through coaching.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I always like to ask my guests, why do you do what you do? What was the story? What's the story behind that?
Yeah, well, there's a few things. I mean, first of all, I truly believe in lifestyle as medicine. It's something that I've felt myself. And everyone deserves to feel good and be able to do what they want to do in life. So I just want to be able to help people be able to participate as fully as they can. And what led me here was, as a teenager, I actually had a lot of knee pain and
Okay.
went and worked with a physical therapist and learned how exercise helped heal my knee pain. And I mean, I was hooked from that point on. Like, these simple exercises could make that pain go away. And then, looking and learning about exercise, you see the myriad of things just movement in general can help you with. And I was like, I gotta help other people feel that too.
I love it. Using lifestyle to help improve your quality of life. I like it. I like it. Now, of course, it takes effort in your part. And that's why, having a health coach can be very, very useful. Now, I will share this real quick. There was a time where some of the weight loss medicines that were, really raved about were on back order. And so I had, clients calling me like, Doc, help me. I can't get my medicine. I said, I can't. I can't prescribe. I mean, I can prescribe it, but you can't get it. And this is why, additionally, why having, those lifestyle habits, things you can do on your own to lose weight is important. So let's delve right into it. We're talking about how a health coach can help your weight loss goals. So what are common challenges people face when it comes to their weight loss goals?
The biggest thing we hear when working with clients is, they're overwhelmed, right? They're getting a lot of messages from various directions and they don't know what to do. And so the first thing is, the health coach can really help, narrow down, provide education and weed out the messages that aren't true and, partner with their care team, their physician to work towards, the plan that they have. The other part is just helping people make small maintainable choices within their reach, within their current lifestyle, so that they aren't overwhelmed, so that they keep doing those small things that really add up, not only to be maintainable, but to be big changes in the long run because they've continued to be consistent.
And I think that's the challenge too. I'm not sure you agree. Like, they're simple. I've had some of my clients who would see a health coach and say, yeah, I'm not sure how this is helping me. I mean, I already know the things she's talking about. A lot of the things that are emphasized are relatively familiar. Some are new, but it's the consistency. So that's my next question to you. How do you, as a health coach, help clients with that hiccup when it comes to, well, I mean, sounds simple. I don't know, isn't there something more magical, a little harder? It's almost like if it's more magical, then it works. You're expecting this formula, but it's doing the same things over and over again. So how do you help patients who have that hiccup when it comes to the simplicity of your instructions?
Yeah, part of it is being there to lowered yet, but I hear you saying you're sleeping better, you're having more energy, you're able to, walk through the grocery store without getting exhausted. So we're reminding them of the little wins and educating them on what's happening on the insides that's so beneficial for, not just current health, but long-term health. So, that's really key. And then we're also helping them figure out together, how they can stay consistent, where they can find support, what other programs might be helpful for them. And shifting their mindset around that, hey, just because today didn't go well or I didn't see the scale move doesn't mean I should throw in the towel. A lot of other good things are happening.
I like how you emphasized the little wins and even the wins that they don't see actually happening. I remember the example of a patient who came in, the scale is not budging. And you ask questions like, how do you feel? Well, I feel better. I have more energy. Are your clothes, are you changing your belt size and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, well, it's working. The scale is not the only measure of success. Very good point. Now how does a health coach provide personalized support? So someone would be wondering, well, do you treat everyone generally? How do you get to the one-on-one way? It's more a system or a program or a regimen that's unique to that individual. How do you figure that out?
The first part is building a relationship, right, and getting to know the person, where they live, what do they have access to, what activities do they like, what people are around them to support them, or what programs have they participated in the past that were helpful. And so that first part of building that rapport, I'm learning about the person, I'm learning about what the doctor has suggested they work on, and then kind of collaborating. Okay, we have all this information. Where's the best place to start? And we can make, as health coaches, recommendations and share guidelines with them. So first is just really learning about them and then co-creating that plan together. Because you're right, it's not one thing doesn't work
Fit
for
everyone,
everybody.
yes.
And that's why most health coaches love being coaches, because they don't have to worry about everybody. It's just you and I together in a meeting today, and we're going to figure out your plan forward. If it's not working, all right, next week we're going to change course. We're going to figure out the right thing.
I love that. You get to know the individual and then you find a plan that best suits them. So let's talk success stories. Can you give an example? I mean, I have quite a few to share, but I want you to share. What are success stories or the ones that actually come to mind so readily for you?
Yeah, one that comes to mind right away is a patient that I've worked with for a little over a year. She's lost over 80 pounds. But I think that is secondary to how good she feels and the activity she's now able to do. So when she first came to me, she said, going to the grocery store, I'm exhausted. I can't even make it through without leaning on the cart. I get home, I can't put the groceries away right away. I want to be able to go to football games and walk up into the stadium without stopping and having to worry I'm not going to make it there on time. And so we started really slow, small nutritional changes. She started tracking her food to see what she was eating and making some small adjustments. She cut out soda and replaced it with water. She started walking to the mailbox. Slowly worked her way up to going back to the gym. That was something she used to enjoy but had gotten away from it. And she went 20 minutes, a couple days a week, walking on the treadmill, worked her way up to working with a trainer, learning how to do interval exercises and the weight machines. And, now she goes to the gym 4 days a week. She's enjoying it. She's sleeping better, and she's off of all of her blood pressure medications. And she doesn't even think twice about going to the sporting events anymore. She just goes. And she's living, and that's what's exciting.
I have to say, is the transformation or who the person becomes through the process that I'm most excited about. I mean, don't get me wrong, the weight loss goals are important too, because with that, you shed off some medical conditions too, like high blood pressure, like diabetes, cholesterol can get improved, but it's who they become and the things they're now able to do now because they have the freedom or they have the energy to do so. Now I wanted to highlight something you mentioned. I wrote it down here: 80 pounds over a year. I wanted to make sure our guests are hearing that, because sometimes we want the overnight fix. But I want to encourage you to consider at least having a coach of some sort to help you through the journey. And that journey could be longer, could take months, it could take up to a year and even longer, but it's worth it. And so I wanted to highlight that it's not an overnight success. It's a year. And I've had patients, just like you were explaining, who have lost weight without medicines, just by changing their lifestyle. And that lifestyle becomes a lifestyle,
Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
continue. Now, do you have any other examples to share this morning?
Yeah, I would add to, for this patient in particular, it was a little over a year, and she has a lot of support that she has asked from her family to participate with her, and that's been really key for her. And it was slow and steady steps. I had another patient, kind of similar situation, where I would say her home life and support was working against her. She didn't have a lot of support. But what we focused on in our sessions was she really wanted to go back to school for the area of career she wanted to focus on. And through focusing on her purpose, she was moving more. She was bringing her water bottle with her. She was more excited about getting up during the day. And so we had small, maintainable steps again. 5,000 steps a day was her goal. 2 water bottles full a day was her goal. Getting her steps done to go back to school. Then some small nutrition changes. And she had a tremendous amount of weight loss as well. And now she's back in school and working towards her purpose in life. So she totally transformed her direction.
All the fuzzies. That's good. That's good. That's good. Focusing on her purpose. So regardless of the obstacle, there are ways around it. So for someone who's watching, who's like, yeah, I fit that picture, I don't have any support, there are ways. There are ways to help you stay focused. Now, that segues to my next question. What are unique strategies you use to inspire your clients, to motivate them to stay on track? I'm trying to ask that question so people can get quick wins from this additional quick wins from this live. So what are unique strategies that you use to motivate clients to stay on track?
Yeah, it's really stems from that patient we just talked about too, right? It was we help people figure out why, right? Because changing our behaviors is really hard. It is not easy. And when it gets even harder in the day-to-day, when you have life to do, go to work, pick up kids, make dinner, you're exhausted. If you don't have a big why that really are a lot of positives for that change, you're going to say, forget it, I'm not going to do it. So the coach helps people tap into the why, which is the bigger picture. So for that patient, it's going back to school, working in a career that she wanted to. And we're helping people keep those positives in mind. What do you want to be doing? What do you want to be feeling? How do you want to be living? And you're helping people connect all those things together. And then have that increased awareness around, hey, when I do this, I feel this way. And then they want to keep going because they're connecting and they're aware of their behaviors and how it affects them, and even how it affects, their job, their kids, their family.
Wow. You help people figure out their why and keep connecting to it. I like that. Can you imagine if, and this is for those who are also watching, can you imagine if we had a coach for every area of our lives to help point out the whys and keep us going? When it comes to our health, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to social capital, all the different areas of life. Can you imagine what that would be like? That's a life maximized. So, hey, get your coach. This is important. So my next question for you, how do you address the emotional and psychological aspects of weight gain? Emotional eating, what are some of the tips you have for someone who's watching who's like, yeah, that's me. Mine is an emotional issue, or there's some emotional attachment to maybe overeating perhaps. What would you say to that?
Yeah, the health coach's role is to help people make a plan to move forward. And so in part of that relationship building, sometimes we do identify that there's things from the past and, patterns that are holding people back. And so we can help navigate them to find, a mental health professional to help them with those items. But either way, we can work in conjunction with somebody. And part of that is focusing on their mindset, right? Positive self-talk, the ability to be able to learn and grow and build new skills. Focusing on what's going well. Again, those small wins, right? How many times do we discount the good things we did in a day because that one bad thing just is coming to the forefront? So we try to help people navigate to what's going well. How did I make that happen? And that how is a really big word too. Like, the planning, the organizing of our time, of our resources, and support is going to be, part of that to help with the mental and emotional well-being side.
Awesome, awesome. Now, my next question to you is the accountability piece. So, I know that one of the benefits of having a health coach is someone who can keep you accountable. Can you talk about how you do that without making people feel like you're nagging them? Because sometimes I have patients who say, I don't want someone who's going to call me and nag me and tell me I didn't do this. What do you say to that?
Well, I mean, the way that health coaching structures conversations is around letting the patient or the client talk and share. And so we aren't here to judge, we're here to help. And we want to hear about what's going on, what's working, what's not working, what has your challenge been, who's been there for you, what else might help. Because we want you to do well, to feel well as well. So part of it is asking people, how do you want to be held accountable? Do you like a text message in the middle of the week? Do you want to reach out to me and let me know what you were doing? Logging can help people feel accountable, right? Writing down your exercise, writing down if you took your medications, logging food in a journal for coaches to be able to see and provide feedback. It's not judging, it's learning patterns, and then those, again, the little changes that can make a huge difference in what they're looking to see with their health changes.
Awesome. I like the question, how do you like to be held accountable? Do you want to text? Do you want to call? Do you want to check in? How do you like? I like that. That's good. That's good. And remember, this is for someone, you have goals, you want to reach goals. These things help. Accountability, partnership work. So that's good. Now, my next question to you is this. I have someone who's saying, yes, that's great. I work with a coach for a year. I lose the weight. How do you help me maintain the weight loss? Because I don't want to have to come back to the same point again. What would you say to that?
Well, that's a really good point, and part of the whole coaching goal is to formulate a plan with the person that works with their lifestyle. So it is not a diet or a period of time where they're making a change. It's the whole time we're working together, we're figuring out, is this going to work long term? Is this maintainable? And then the other part of that can be just when you don't stop just because you reach your goal, right? Can you keep going? Can you keep checking in with the coach, even if it's further out between sessions, so that you can keep creating new goals to work towards that keep you on track and keep you excited about what you've been doing and where you want to keep going. It doesn't have to stop because you reached a certain number.
I hope you guys are taking notes. This is good. This is very, very good. So I have someone who's watching who's like, yes, Abby, thank you for coming. Yes, Dr. O, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about having a health coach. I know I have weight loss goals, but I don't know. This is new to me. How would you encourage someone who's watching to maybe take a chance on themselves when it comes to health coaching?
The main thing would be is if you're contemplating it like that, why not give it a shot and have somebody who's going to walk alongside of you? And that's how I explain coaching to people. Like, we're driving in the car together. I'm your passenger. And I'm there to help you navigate, just like a passenger in a car would. And you don't have to be alone in this journey. There are coaches here that enjoy helping you through those challenges. And you know yourself better than anybody else, and we're going to look at that and leverage your strengths and your already talents, interests, and hobbies to move you towards that health goal that you have for yourself.
Awesome. You don't have to be alone in the journey to reaching your goal. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this. A lot of things have been said, a lot of gems have been shared. And I have someone who's watching who's like, okay, I'm ready, sign me up. How can people connect with you? Where can people find you, Abby?
Yeah, you can find me at nHealth Lifestyle Therapeutics. And we work with people all across the country to help them navigate their health and wellness goals and really figure out the how, right? We're going to figure out that plan together.
Awesome, awesome. And that information should be shared at the bottom of the screen or in the comment section for those who are interested. But thank you again for coming this morning to share your expertise with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. And thank you all for watching. I'm sorry I can't tell who's watching live and who's watching a replay, but I got to say thank you for joining. As always, please forward this video to those who will find it useful. I look forward to partnering with you and finding other ways to help improve your quality and quantity of life. And that being said, if you or anyone you know is looking for a thorough and awesome, a passionate family physician who will have conversations like this to help you live long and well, you know it, I am she. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.